We live. We live, y'all, and it's gonna be short and sweet tonight. I'm telling y'all right now. Right now. So tap in, tap in, tap in. Tap in. Thing cock back. Drop top that. Go ahead, pop that. Are you ready? Mind don't guap. Guap on mine. All right. Are you ready? Hello, everyone out there. Hopefully, everything is going good. Tap in. Hopefully, y'all. Season is halfway through, everybody. How y'all out there feeling? Hopefully, y'all. See what everybody doing out there. Let's fire up. Fire TV.
Daddy, can I get something to eat?
Mommy's upstairs. Unless you want this, huh? Come here. Come here.
All right, word. My sister's out, cuz.
Take that upstairs, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Ow.
You all right?
Yeah.
1 minute, y'all. Trying to see what's going on with this. All right. Wrong one. Wrong one. Thing top that. Drop top that. Go ahead, pop that. Are you ready? Whatever. Year one was the topic tonight. I just got home from dropping off the kids. We haven't talked about the topics, but we got some good ones. We keeping it short and sweet tonight. We got some controversial stuff. 1 second. I know I'm buying us time. Y'all know what it is. Let's get ready.
I met a boy today.
That's me.
So fine.
If you know, tap in, share the post. It's your boy PH, aka the Press, aka Mr. Above 140.
Come to my town and get with me. She love I'm around.
It's not about the amount of talent you have. It's 100% about the work ethic. Ask your coach or anybody that's been doing this.
I met a boy today. So fine.
Why is it? And they gonna say, oh, yeah, that's illegal. Cut this. Cut it out. All you coaches out there, cut it out. Because that's BS.
It's your boy PH the Prez, Mr. Above 140, and I'm here with the co-host.
It's your boy, Coach Career, the General, 860 Army.
So, Tito, let's get right into the proceedings this evening. I want to play something, Tito. Now, if everybody remember, last week with Tito, I talked about BTA.
Yeah.
And I talked about how we probably have to stop because something's going to happen over all of this BTA stuff.
Yep.
And I swear it's like we be predicting exactly what's going to happen. Wes, what up?
What up, Wes?
What up?
What up, Sid? Let's go, Mets. I ain't a Mets fan. I'm New York everything. If anybody know me, I'm a Knicks fan though. So I rock with the colors.
So anyway, T,
I'm a dreaded Knicks fan.
We saw this video right here. So we watched this video right here of a kid beating people as he go through the line, right? But then, Tito, we see this video. But now, Tito, I'm gonna mute it. This one went haywire, and an all-out brawl broke out. If you watch, you'll be able to see it. You see the kids banging out. He threw a punch. He threw a punch. They banging out. They fighting. This kid, obviously, now he done lost it. He ready to go all in. Hit him with the helmet. You see that? Yeah. So, I have a question for everybody out there. Madge, what up, Madge?
What up, Madge?
I got a question for everybody out there. Now, this is a controversial question. And I recognize that y'all going to disagree. But, Tito, this is a topic we covered before. I'm rehashing it after what we saw here. And so here's my topic. Again, is it time, and I asked this question, I got killed about a year ago for this. I ask it again. Is it time to revisit the way we shake hands in the midst of all of this BTA and the antics we see it? Do we think that it's time to revisit shaking hands the way we shake hands? Now, here's what I'm saying to y'all. I'm saying if myself and Madge is cool and we coach after the game, why isn't it like college? I come give Madge some love. I rock with him. Yo, what up? Yo, that was a banger game. If I don't mess with Coach C, me and that man don't speak. Now, that's not bad sportsmanship. Because the thought has always been that the thought had always been that walking through the line and shaking hands is about sportsmanship. As I start to think about it more, Tito, I'm not sure that the line walking just means sportsmanship anymore. But because that half the kids that's mad don't shake hands. And y'all coaches know it's true. Some of y'all kids just keep their hand down and walk through the line. So now look, I'm not saying I agree we need to stop, but it's a podcast topic. Is it time to reconsider that with all the belt slapping and all of the antics that's happening, and we see a fight that broke out on that line? What say you, Tito?
Bro, I'm going to be honest. I didn't even know what BTA meant till I asked you a couple weeks ago. Like, you know, I'm not big with the acronyms and the abbreviated speech stuff. I told you, I mentioned this the last time we talked about this. Bro, I played in a professional baseball league back in the day where they stopped the handshaking. You get what I'm saying? Because of just when emotions are flying high, sometimes it's not the greatest of ideas. It's just not. It's just not. I know people think it's good sportsmanship, but after what you told me that earlier, it's true. How many times have you been in a line where the majority of the kids, they don't even shake your hand, you know, they walk through, don't even say nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's the point at that point? Especially when emotions are flying high.
I mean, we pride ourselves in being honest on the podcast. And so hopefully y'all don't castigate anyone for having their ideas, but y'all know I have won big games and I walk through the line and maybe 50% of those kids shake the kids' hands.
Well, I think the thought is coming, Larry, because of what now with this belt slapping stuff. If a kid does that now, what is that going to lead to, especially in Connecticut? Let's forget talking about everywhere else. If somebody does that now in Connecticut, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen? What's chances of that ending well? What's the chances of that ending well? Honestly. And you know this is a copycat world we live in. It's a copycat world we live in. Somebody's going to do it. Well, what's going to happen when that happens? That's the real question.
So here's the thing. I'm not saying that anyone teaches kids not to shake hands. We all tell kids, don't say nothing when you go through the line. But we all hear, we all know, I've had kids, mouth off in line, brawls happen. I've had to stand as an administrator more than 5 games over the last 3 years, right in the middle as the team shake hands with threat of suspensions so that no kid or coach pop off at the other. So this year, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to have a self-reflective moment. This year, I didn't shake hands with a team, me personally as a coach. I decided to go the other way because a coach decided to come on the field when the kid was down and tell me Hartford is a dirty program. He don't like playing against Hartford. All we do is play dirty, and we're a dirty program, and we've been teaching our kids to play dirty for years. I was very upset. As a man, I understand myself. I'm trying to be more in tune. So what I decided to do was just not shake hands with the coach. And I didn't want to shake hands and then veer off right before him or move my hand and go to the next guy because that would have started something. I did not like what he said in front of our kids in our program. My whole team went. I went down to the other end, and people would tell you that that's what I did. But I walked down to the other end because of what the guy said. It revved up emotions in the whole program. Now, I'm a leader of men as well as young men. When I move, a lot of dudes in the program gonna move like I move. So if I get upset and I pop off at somebody in a certain way, everybody behind me like, what we doing? I have to be conscious about that. And so for me, it made more sense to just leave it alone. That's the coaches they need to curve that BS. No way to do the belt stuff in line on losing the side of dealing with emotions, win or lose, life skills, sportsmanship above. Just so y'all aware, the belt slapping stuff has already happened in Connecticut. We don't have it on film like they do, but it has happened already. And so what's going to happen the next time y'all do it to a program or a team or somebody do it to somebody and they not having it? Like, that's all my thing. Listen, it's a podcast topic. I think it's good discussion. It seemed to be the overarching theme that the handshaking should continue. So maybe it should continue. But I will say this. Y'all better get it under control. What's happening in these lines. Because let's be honest, youth football is predominantly a fad. Sid said, I feel like it's a teacher point, show kids sportsmanship. Yes, it's a gladiator sport, high emotions, but ultimately the goal is for everyone to leave safe mentally, physically. If we can start to implement that culture. But here's the thing. As you move up the ranks, look, it's funny, Tito, right? It's funny. I love this conversation because every time we do topics on the podcast, everybody want to relate the space when it comes to the recruiting and the flashy and the lights and the videos. to college and NFL, right? That's what we hear. And you oftentimes go, this is in college, this is in NFL, and the whole community pushes back against us. But now they're saying, oh, but it's not NFL and it's not college. It's completely opposite when it comes to this. Now everybody don't want to follow the college or NFL method, which I would say is the safer method at times. I ain't saying all the time. Because if I genuinely do not like those people, but they're on my schedule, me shaking their hands is saying sportsmanship because I'm touching them out leaving and I really don't like them. I ask everybody out there, do you think that, and I could be wrong, are you 100% sure kids walking through the line shaking hands is teaching sportsmanship? And if it is, what part of the sportsmanship is it teaching them? Look, I tend to agree, kid, everybody should shake hands. Don't get me wrong. But I also understand the opposing side as well. And I brought it up a year ago. If y'all watch our podcast, this was a major topic on the podcast. Everybody got mad at me, and it's okay. It's okay with people mad at me. I'm okay. What up?
What up, lady?
There is zero fear of acting out of line. There's too much leeway in programs. You should get your win snatched if antics come out during a sportsmanship time.
Yeah, in a perfect world, that's an easy say, but you know the politics involved with all of this.
So teams are a reflection of their leadership. What you allow will continue. But we always say that. We know teams are a reflection of leadership. But there's a lot of bad leadership in youth football because we're not hired staff. Because there is no decorum in youth football. There's no consistent. You don't.
Yeah,
a lot of the stuff you see, you wouldn't see in college. I know we see YouTube and we watch it there and we watch it on, reels. But a lot of stuff you see, you won't see in college or the NFL or places like that. And so I just feel like our community love to pick and choose when is the best time to mimic college or the NFL and high school. When is the best time to say, oh, it's youth sports?
It's always a good time until it affects you. You know what I'm saying? It's
respect. Respect yourself and your opponents. I got y'all. Maybe, the whole team going through is a sign of respect, a sign of, I get it, right? It's like when boxers actually fight, bloody each other face and break each other nose and beat you to a pulp, knocked out to the point where you reaching for stars, right? And then when they come back together, they hug it out. That's a true sign of a warrior in sportsmanship. So it's not like I don't understand, but I definitely thought that I can say I definitely thought that this was a good topic because after seeing it post, I was like, wow, this reminded me of a podcast I did about a year ago. And I wanted to bring it back up to see if everybody believed that now is the time to keep it or is it time to get rid of? I'm not gonna beat a horse. I'm just telling y'all that
well, once again, in those two clips, that didn't look like two suburban programs. This looks like it's an inner city thing. Before we just paint the youth football world with a brush, you don't see this in those mom and pop leagues. Like at least the videos we're seeing. Now that could be coincidence, or that could be just a us problem. You know what I'm saying?
True. Let's move on to the next topic. This might hurt some of y'all feelings, especially those out there. Let's read a couple more of these comments before we go. Nita Gillespie said, "You wrestlers have to shake hands after every match." Sean Adams said, "Always remaining professional. Appreciate your opposition driving you to get better. Without you, there's no me, and we're learning how to get better. Pop off, play hard, end the game. See you next time." Nah. Now that I can't do that, F that. Them fighters are crazy. He talk about boxing when I said boxing. We all know these children are impressionable. These adults and coaches need to teach the children respect. It's a game once again. True, it's a game. All the Hartford parents, I'm going to leave that one alone. That goes to the president allowing certain coaches to coach youth football, whether it's friendship-based or coaches that snatched up the kids from another program. The higher-ups got to stop hiring coaches that aren't ready to take on leadership. Hey, Paul, the problem is we don't hire. We don't hire. We kind of look. Well, Hartford got 7 football teams. Let's say you need 5 coaches a team. That's 35 volunteers. I don't get my pick of the litter to have the top 35 people in the state of Connecticut. That's not how community programming works. I would agree with you. If we could cut checks in a perfect world, it should be like that. But we're not hiring, brother. College is hiring. High schools are hiring. NFL is hiring. So I'm just putting it out there that that we don't hire, and we talk about it all the time. Youth football sometimes is subjected to those that have the time available to coach. Unfortunately, that's what we got, Tito. Whoever has the time. There's some great youth football coaches out there, hidden gems that work second shift, so we never get to see them. They never come and coach. They never show up.
Or they got to work to 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Tito, they need you to watch the Mets game.
My brother, my whole family Mets fans. I root for the Mets, man. I root for the Mets if you know they get in. I root for the Yankees too. Just like I root for the Giants and Jets.
I want to flip this. Too often, the community leaders that's running youth programs, because somewhat you're a leader in your community running programs with hundreds of kids, oftentimes are always criticized when a fight happened, when a shooting happened, when brawls happen, when a parent try to fight a coach on the same team, on the opposing team, when kids start fighting and slapping each other through the belt and all of that. As I'm telling you, I've been on the end of the criticism. And sometimes rightfully so. Because stuff happened in Hartford. It's a tough city to be in. Tough city to run a program in. But let me ask you a question. And I think I saw Trevor Ford ask this question before.
I got it from Trev. Trev, just to cite the source, I got it from Trev. I thought it was an interesting topic because there's a couple
communities been failing their community leaders. What say y'all? I'll let you go first, Tito.
Well, it's like, for instance, like I told you earlier, there's 2 specific programs. I don't want to get into which programs they are. They service a lot of kids in their communities, and they're clearly impoverished communities, highly urban areas, almost like metroplexes. I mean, we don't have those type of cities in Connecticut, but certain areas of Connecticut, to me, got a metro feeling. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how some of you guys don't have your own facilities yet. When there's towns like East Hartford, when they had 2 teams, both teams had their own communities had their own facilities free of charge. You know, and that's where I believe when he's talking about communities failing their leaders, I believe in that sense there. You service 300, 400 kids. Certain other programs in Connecticut service 300-400 kids. How aren't they warranted the right type of facilities where they could run a safer program, period? It blows my mind that in some of the bigger cities in Connecticut, what you guys got to go through to get facilities to run a program. It boggles my mind.
I'll say this.
It truly does.
I'll speak on Hartford, and then I'll talk about New Haven, because Shatia just said she think New Haven is.
No, obviously those are the 2 places I'm talking about. These are 2
only because I have knowledge
cities,
of it, right?
2 huge cities where I don't understand. You guys service a lot of kids in these communities. How they don't give you guys your own facilities, where it's a safe haven for the football programs.
In Hartford, Annie Fisher is nice. I don't knock it, but it's not an adequate facility for our program.
No.
Like, we can't. First of all, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Having a high school type style field, like a West Haven, for instance, where you can charge people to get in, that weans out a bunch of kids jumping on Instagram saying, let's meet there and fight. Because they ain't paying $5, $10 to get in. They don't have the money. They're not going to do it. So now you got to involve the parents a little bit more because they got to come out their pockets and pay. Again, might seem small, another layer of weaning people out. Another layer of weaning people out. Getting adequate facilities. Number one. Number two, when you can charge, your program have a little bit more funding. Hartford loses money every home game. I do not like having home games. So anybody out there that believes I would ever make sure that we got more home games than not, we lose money. We never make money on home games. No matter how many people you see, we pay almost $1,200 in referee fees when we're all home. We never get that back, Tito, from concessions. Because you got to think, you buy what, $500 in food? So we start off $1,900 in the hole for game day. We don't make $4,000 on hamburgers, French fries, and nothing like that. Our only hope when we doing home games is to offset the refs. If we make enough money to pay referees, and then we make enough money to put back some of the money we paid on food, it's to lessen our losses. Calm down. It's to lessen our losses. Again, we could be a lot more financially stable if the community helped. If not the municipality downtown in Hartford helped us. Now, same thing I know because I had conversations, so I'm not speaking on something I know. I know New Haven would like to play somewhere else. It ain't as easy as getting another field from my discussions with them. It ain't as easy. You know, I believe, and I only know this because I talked to them. It was hard for them to even get the Soul Bowl filled for the Soul Bowl. You see what they do, Tito. They got to set up tables and a tent and cook outside. They don't even let them use concessions at the high school. When you see Manchester home games, they're inside the concession booth. Annie Fisher don't even have a concession booth. I have to also pay $600 for the big green food truck to come to Annie Fisher and serve food out of. So I'm even more in the hole, probably almost $3,000 before we have a home game. We done spent $3,000. So of course, municipalities is failing a lot of the youth programming. And it's not just, I know some suburban towns that got to pay for their fields. This is crazy. But don't let a shooting happen. The mayor will come out. We need something for these kids to do. We need to keep these kids off the street. We need services for these kids. It's madness. The community leader that speaks at every death on the corner is going to come out and talk about how they need stuff for the kids to do. But you think anybody going to show up downtown and advocate to build a new $1 million field for the Hartford Hurricanes? No. It doesn't mean nothing. And then when a shooting happened, they don't relate the two. They don't say, wait a minute. Well, if the Hurricanes had their own field, they could have games all day Saturday and Sunday. Not like now. Well, you notice, with Sunday, we don't even have our field. We got to play on Saturdays. We got 7 football teams. We're supposed to have 8. I cut one. Can't fit 8 games in a day. But we got 7 games in a day. We're actually pushing kids back to the streets, Tito, because we cannot house more because the makeup of our city field don't allow us to. I can't have games on Sundays. Got to play on Saturdays. And now I got to be out by 6 on Saturday nights because baseball have booked Saturday nights. I made an agreement with them couple early games that we had, week 1, 2, 3. Let us get those early games. We'll be out by 6 o'clock every other for the rest of the year. It's just crazy. And so, of course, I'm sharing fields and people get to book them up. People get to book it up. This is ridiculous to me. Let's see what the comments are. Don't forget about paying for the lights. Oh, yes. Tito, every night the Hurricanes practice. That's 4 times a week because we don't get Mondays. 4 times a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Every night from the second week in September to the end of November, we get charged $75 a day. $75 a day. Listen to me. The Hurricanes is getting charged $300 weekly just to practice in the city of Hartford. Volunteer program. They're charging us $300 a week just to practice, to do nothing. You want to go to practice? Pay the city $300. And if you broke as a program, send all 260 kids back home. That's on you guys. Yes.
Or practice in the dark.
Or practice in the dark. Or practice in the dark.
Oh, yeah. Phil been paying for lights.
Yep.
Bro, tell him about when we used to be at Kennedy Park, what you used to do for the lights with the big light stand.
We used to have 6 teams. We used to crank up the big lights in Kennedy Park. If y'all know Hartford, y'all know Kennedy Park is jet black. And we used to have one light. We only go for one. It was $3,000 for the month. And we used to just turn the lights a certain way and then ask the families to turn on their cars and put their high beams on while their cars running. That was practice for multiple years in the city of Hartford. Practice. Dustin, you asked how many refs. It's 3 to 4 refs per game. $65 is the old fee. Hartford pays $75 and $85 for refs. $65 was the old fee, Steph, or our old fee. I bet you everything stopped if the mayor paid overtime to police to be at the youth sporting events instead of construction sites and on a car phone.
That's the truth. But even when you want to get them, for games, you got to pay their overtime, right, Phil? Like if you wanted to get a cop, you got to pay their overtime.
Yeah, you got to pay overtime.
Yeah, you got to pay their overtime rate.
Same would happen if the Steelers moved to one of the other high school fields. It would make scheduling in Pop Warner a nightmare. Yeah, when you're a big program, you got to go 2 days. Y'all should rub elbows with some politicians. Me and the last mayor used to cut us checks directly. I used to have his chief of staff on the phone, but y'all got to understand, city municipalities are equivalent to the Congress, the U.S. The president don't have no power, neither does the mayor. The purse strings are controlled by city council. I knew them too, but it is what it is. Coaching football in Bridgeport 15 years, not one community leader has stopped by our practice or game. Coach baseball for 7 years. Those community came out. Is it youth football? Is it a youth football thing? Possibly. You know what? That is a good question. Possibly. That could be a good question. Is this a youth football issue? Does baseball deal with this? I don't know. Then that's crazy. People don't understand. Dog, and we got to raise the money because we're probably one of the lowest in the state. Hey, if y'all don't mind, can y'all post y'all registration fees? Every program out here, and if you're a parent and you paid, do you mind posting what you get charged for registration in the program? I think we need to, I think we should put that in perspective to give parents and community leaders that may be watching an idea of, it may seem like a lot of money. Football is one of the most expensive sports out there. Tito, when you're talking about helmets and shoulder pads, that right there, our helmets are more than our registration fee.
Yeah, no.
So, you know, we bought like 35 F7s this year. And F7 is two kids registration fee in one. So that those 2 helmets would take up 70 kids in my program registration fees. And so we say that to say we need to start thinking about that in a different way. City of New Haven gives priorities to adult kickball over youth football access. Hockey or lacrosse. Listen, it's $100 in Ellington, early bird fee, $175, and they all get F7 and speed flexes. But I bet you any amount of money, Ellington got a field, lights, and all the amenities when they play. Nita, is that true? Doesn't Hartford get grants for youth football? Well, yeah, we have to write grants to try to get stuff. Not from this, like from who, Lewis? Like when you say, do we get grants? Who are you talking about? From who?
They don't got federal funding. He's asking probably if you got federal funding. You don't got federal funding.
Wakeman is $300. Wow. Pickleball got police added. Yeah. Yes, they get a. Yes, they do, and they got a full schedule. See, Ellington, they got their own field. They get amenities from the sound. They get everything, and they have a full schedule. $225 registration for returning players. $250 fee in West Haven. It's a lot of money. Well, just on the record, I don't mind saying ours. The Hurricanes is $180. We charge $180. Kel, what up, Kel? I hit you, yo. I'll hit you later.
What up, KR?
Yeah. So so we're at $180. If anybody know how much speed F7s cost, they're about $400.
Yo, but I'm telling you, there's places in Connecticut that are opposite than New Haven and Hartford, where if you have a youth program, they give you a place to operate. Like, for instance, when I was in East Hartford, I had Goodwin that was all to myself on game day. And then I had Mayberry Village, Labor Park and Mayberry Village. But when we needed lights, they moved us over to Silver Lane over there. To Silver Lane, McKenna Field, the softball, the park and rec director made sure that we had, adequate places to practice. And I ain't have to raise no money for that. That was just a networking thing. So going through the proper channels.
Lewis, in the past, we have gotten grants from the city, but it's not automatic. We're not in the city budget. If they come out with a grant or a summer program, we have to fill out the paperwork, apply for it, and all of those things. So it's not prioritized that they're going to help you football, but we do apply, and in the past we have gotten it, and we've been thankful for it too. New Britain is $200, but it's not sustainable with the helmet and the uniform prices. $200 is not much. Everybody right now, Google Speedflex helmet. 2024 Speedflex helmet, parents, because all these kids want Speedflexes. See what happened. Wait, West Haven charged that much, and you can't get the uniform.
You can't even keep up with the uniform. See shooting. Yo, but I know there's a program in Connecticut. We were talking about this the other day. There's a program in one of them shoreline. They charge like $600 a kid, $500 a kid, something crazy like that. Yeah, or was it Fairfield County? Somebody
$450, Madge. Speedflex is like, he's saying the Speedflex helmet. Jordan just said like $500. Think about that, parents. If your program gave your child an F7 or even a refurbished Rydell helmet, it's at least $225, $300. Nita said she paid $450 for a Speedflex before dipping the helmet. So which means it costs more.
Right. Well, different costs.
$625?
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's programs out there. Yeah. Yeah.
She just bought her son Vic a helmet. Look at the price. I want y'all to look at these prices. A Speedflex, depending on what time of year, is $400 to $1,000. $625 registration fee is wild. Wakeman pays their coaches 4 paid coaches per team. That's a wonderful thing. So let's get back to what I was saying, Tito, which is as we talk about community. Now let's talk about the other side, Tito. That's municipalities. Let's talk about the fights that go on at fields. I know the community presidents or leaders and association presidents get the brunt of the argument, get the brunt of the responsibility.
Well, it's not just happening at youth. Look what just happened in Waterbury. I think there's an agenda. I mean, there's going to be a vote in Waterbury. All their high school games going to have to be played either 3:30 in the afternoon on Friday or 10:30 in the morning on Saturday or 10 a.m. Saturday morning.
Well, I would put to you that if you are in youth football nowadays, when it comes to those 13U games and the 14U games and championships, and you got all your league playing in one day, depending on who the teams are, you may want to consider putting those at 11 a.m. Get those 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds early. Let them play at 11. Let them go home. Get them out of there. You'll have less fights at 11U, less fights at 12U and 10U and 9U and etc. Get the kids to play early, then get them out of there. They can go home to their parents where you're not dealing with the older kids. I'm not stigmatizing the older kids, but let's be honest. When them older kids get going and the community kids at that age, that 7th, 8th middle school and the 9th grade, that pot right there, when that thing start cooking, it's hard. I'm just a video guy, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. But the parents be more offensive than the kids. See their mom or dad with the battery and they back and they turn.
No, you're definitely accurate. Definitely accurate. You're definitely accurate.
That's true. Whatever it takes to keep the kids and families safe and who represent them safe. Look, Demeter, I'm telling you, we gotta putting those games, the older kids early, helps out. It keeps it safe. And league owners. Coach Phil about to drop a couple gems on y'all. Just for the record, you make more money. Because when you put the 10U game last, you get mama and daddy and uncle and grandma and grandpa and the little sister and the older sister and the big cousin and the brother that used to play college football. They all come watch the 10-year-old play. And if you stick that 13U in between 10U Division 1 and 10U Division 2, guess what? The little bit of kids that come watch, them parents dropping them kids off. Go ahead, knucklehead, I'm going to the gym. Guess what? You ain't got to worry. Your concession is going to be getting eaten up before, during, and after that older kid game. But put them at night. Then look at your crowd. And for the last 2 hours, you don't cooked all that food and there's nobody there to buy it. So financially, to me, it makes sense. But I also think it creates a safer environment. Just my little 2 cents. Don't listen to me. Who am I? You're right. They trend where they popping each other on the butt is not good. That's the older kids doing that. You don't see the 9-year-olds walking through spanking people. You don't see that. You just don't see it. You know what I'm saying?
I always like getting the kids out the way early too. There's something about making them wake up early and remember, prior to the change of all the rules, A squad and B squad used to play. B squad used to play at 9 a.m. when it was just 4 levels, A, B, C, and D.
Over
B squad,
CTY
used to only have to play on 9 a.m. And the A squad always played at 11 a.m. And the thought process was because a lot of them kids used to have to fast to make weight and shit, get them out the way early so they could eat. And it seems like now because of behavior, we might have to trend back to that old way of doing things.
Question is, what's your thoughts on managing a game day spectators who are not there for football? Unfortunately, there's nothing.
Well, when you can't, so this is Phil saying
this week because of fighting in the stands.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But what I think what JB's trying to say is, I think is even back to what Phil says. When you don't have your field boxed in with a fence, you can't filter out the extra people. You know what I'm saying? You can't cut that wave of people off, just the people that are there to hang out. They really have no good intentions outside of the fact that they see a platform and let me find a way to F it up. You know what I'm saying?
JB, you and Arthur both got the same problem. We got public access fields.
Right. You can't.
People can go play ball at y'all field.
Sift out the crowd.
Escape at my field, and we can't do a damn thing about it because it's a community use field, even during the times we're trying to create this environment. And so anybody can pop out at your field and my field and go, I don't got nothing to do with football, but I'm here doing something else. And we got to go, oh, okay. But however, if you had your own Hill House field, it would be a completely different situation. I think that's what Tito's saying. So again, it goes back to what is your community willing? What is your community municipality? How are they helping us? And what are they willing to provide to help us in the process of creating a safer environment for our youth and the youth all around that's going to come to us in state and out of state? This week, at the big house, because that's where the big games happen, we'll be hosting New Jersey at 13U and at 10U. Pop Warner team. So we got New Jersey teams coming in. This travel thing is broadening. Because since the teams are shrinking and squeezing, we're broadening the landscape of who we playing. These environments have to be safe. Because when those opportunities go away, now you shrink the pot even more. So in my opinion, I think that we have to look. I can tell you what we all could do. Y'all want to answer? I'm gonna give y'all an answer. Oh, Wes said, what's really wild in Waterbury is those same kids will go to high school basketball games and there won't be any fights. Yeah. The city should be providing police for free. It's sad. True. I agree. You telling me the police can't come park 3-4 cars, chill there, and youth football programs will feed them? At least I would. What was I about to say? I was about to say something. I forgot. Destiana, you messed up my thought. Had a good point too. I was making to y'all. Had a great point.
You know what? That's true, bro. There's no reason if the police in that area know you got a game going on. Why can't they come through on an hour every hour? You know, sit, drink your soda, whatever, read your paper, scroll through your phone. Just the presence of police sometimes will keep the nonsense from escalating.
It would. It really would. Dude, don't nobody want to go to jail. Like, let's be honest. People want to fight. Nobody want to go to jail. Youth football leagues unite and learn from one another. Leagues, my bad. Yep, youth football leagues. Right. Oh, I know what I was about to say. I got an idea how we can help. They not doing nothing else. Why not just park at the game just to show?
It's an easy thing to do. Like,
police,
there's usually cops working areas. They're on the rotate for their 8 hours. Why can't you swing through there on the hour, every hour? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody want to go to jail at the end of the day.
But I don't think that they're saying police short-staffed. I think police is genuinely short-staffed. Not a lot of people want to be police officers.
Well, I told you, bro. The police are not even allowed to chase people no more. Like, we almost live in a lawless community, dog. Unless there's gunshots, you ain't seeing them.
Hey, Destiani, I'm about to get to that point. That was fun. Waterbury police have come and done reports at our home games, just chilled in the parking lot. That's a good idea. Police will be at all Jewish venues tomorrow for the holiday. That's true.
That's a fact.
Tito said,
"Oh no, we're talking about the police presence."
Oh, yep. Especially in New Haven, it's already in the projects. They got a circle anyway. Yeah,
right. True. So, but what does it hurt for them to stop there, walk around? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you would think
being private safety.
You shouldn't have to pay for them to do that. You really shouldn't have to pay for them to do that.
Depending on the age of the kids nowadays, they can't even go to jail. That's probably true. Can they even go to jail? And the crap that they have to deal with within New Haven, they won't prioritize having police sit at a youth game. True. They can't chase kids or boys. They can't come sit for safety. True. All right, Kia boys. They can't. Oh, if they can't chase the Kia boys, but they just can't come sit for safety. Hey, I got an idea. This is a wild idea, but let's say something. Shatia, I'm gonna talk to y'all real quick. Let's help each other out. How about we just plan one day in the off season? All the New Haven program come to Hartford with all the Hartford program, and we walk up in City Hall. And y'all support us. In the next month, all the Hartford program is going to go all the New Haven program. We're going to walk up in the New Haven City Hall Council meetings. And we're going to shut it down, get the news out there, and we just going to be like, we standing with them. Two of your biggest cities is trying to curb the violence in your city. What are you going to do? We have the answers because we're the experts in our field, not them. Don't tell us about money. Don't tell us about money. Don't tell us about money because what's the price of a life? There's no price on a life. This is what we need. You need to find space, build Hartford a field, put a thing around it, give them a scoreboard. All of these amenities things that we're going to come up with. And then we're going to go to New Haven and we're going to hand them the same pamphlet. And so many people going to get on the mic. They're going to say, wait a minute. And then you know what's going to happen? Somebody going to pick up the phone on the next New Haven meeting and go, hey, you guys aren't going to come back down here, are you? Because don't nobody like the news, bro. Don't nobody like the news. Now, it'll be less effective after November 3rd. It'll be less effective after November 3rd. And we probably can't pull it off within the next month. But city council don't got 6 years or like the president or however much time.
4 years.
4 years like the president, right? Or like the 6 years is the Senate. City council and all of them have less. They'll be more responsive to the needs of the people. I don't know. I think that's a dope idea. Invite all of Pop Warner. We could open it up to everybody. But I think the idea is dope, and we schedule it, and we get as many people. I get buses. We put some people on buses, a couple yellow buses. Bring them down to New Haven. Let's go support. Hey, we seem to like the idea. I think we just need to plan it. Like I said, and we'll invite everybody. I think we're going to open it up to the whole youth football community. Because, again, there isn't elections going on right now. That's true. That's true. That I think it is, but I just don't think we can pull it off, man. I'm close with friends with the future mayor of New Haven. I mean, that's an end right there. Where is the mayor? He came to trunk or treat when he needed our votes. He did. He did. Let's see if he come to this one. It's before the election. Not that he's up. Laser, you gonna drive down from Boston and support us, brother? So yeah, Tito, I think that looking at this, and y'all, I want to say this. I know us. I'm talking about all of us. When times like this happen, we get all revved up and we all ready to march and scream and shout. But y'all know what happened. It's this old saying that time heals all wounds. It's well easy to when the time go by and the football season's over, and when the ideas start trying to get thrown out there, come together, and you go, you know what? It's a Wednesday night. I gotta work. I don't feel like driving down to Hartford to support them. I ain't got nothing to do with Hartford. I don't feel like driving to New Haven. Y'all know what happened. We don't show up. We don't show up. We're not showing up to city council meetings consistently. We're not showing up to town hall meetings talking about this issue. And we can't expect them to do nothing about it because it's twofold. One, and I'm going to give municipalities a little bit of credit in saying, I'm not sure they all know the seriousness of what we go through. We are so used to dealing with the trauma of running these, and some of it is trauma. When we got people pulling out guns, fighting consistently, doing all this stuff at our fields, that's traumatizing to us as community leaders, to the teen moms trying to keep kids safe. Teen moms got to run and grab their kids, make sure they're safe. It's traumatizing to y'all teen moms. Because I'm going to tell you something, I'm not a woman, but women have something that men don't have when it comes to nurturing. And I truly believe that y'all get attached to these kids because y'all be wilding. It'd be like 9 kids at y'all house in the off season spending the night with y'all son. I can't imagine what that's like. And y'all take on this real mama role to 13 kids. Do you understand the trauma of having your own child at an event in Hartford, in Bridgeport, New Haven, or Shelton, or Ansonia, or Derby, and a shot go off? Now imagine if you start to care and love for 9 kids. And now you feel protective over all of them. The trauma grows. And I can tell you as the president, I've been up 2-3 in the morning off of fights. Forget about that. A couple weeks ago, when the kids decided to have, these girls decided to fight, it had your boy up all night. I woke up at 6 a.m. the next day to come clean the field. I ain't sleep anyway. It was easy to get up because I couldn't go to sleep. I'm just saying, y'all, it's traumatizing. And I'm going to tell you right now, we got to do something. Destiani said we don't show up. True. Just said that. Hey, I'm going to hold you to it. Madge, those meetings are normally during the week, so it can be done during the season. True, it could be done. We got to show up like they show up to save the Ducks in other towns. True. Listen, I'm not gonna get into the you trying to get me banned. Only when we want something, just like our kids. That's sad, but it's true. Everyone wants to fight at games, but you're right. When it's time to show up, the real problem is where's the same energy. Well, we're gonna check it. I think we should test it out. Shout out to Dolores Roberts, Jasmine Charles Tomlinson, my son team mom for life. I'll be the first in line on offense with you and Tito like we did in Florida. 100%. We frontline that thing. Shatia, I felt like he was talking about me. Oh, I know. I didn't even know. But I would imagine that is true. You guys, 6U, I'm sure like 9 6U kids be at your field. But anyway, listen, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I think we understand the mission.
Yep, just get to the rankings, brother. That way we out of here swifty.
With you know what? No rankings tonight, Tito. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let them sit. It's week 4. I think we you know what?
There's no movement. Well, talk about the big games coming up. Something.
All right, let's talk about the big games. At 10U this week, we got the undefeated New Britain Junior Canes, Rodney Myers versus West Waterbury Patriots, who represented in Florida last year, and played well in Florida actually last year. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if y'all not doing nothing, when is the game? Game of the week on Saturday at 4 p.m. at Chelsea. How you say it? Chesley?
Chesley.
Oh, at Chesley Field. Show up. Watch Rodney Myers take on West. That is the number
That's
one.
at 4 or 3. I thought it was at 3, dog. You reading the right flyer?
Brother, I'm going to show the flyer. Let's show the flyer. It says 4 p.m. Chesley Field. Rodney, I think your flyer wrong, by the way. That's not what I told our team. But anyway, 4 p.m. at Chesley Field. It's the game of the week. It's going down. This is a big game. Mr. Above 140 might have had something to do with it. I'm not sure. It's at 4, he said, Tito. Give them ranks. All right, let's do it. 13U, Division 1. The number 1 team remains the Bloomfield Junior Warhawks. Maybe I'll just talk about that. Number 1 team. I'm just going to mention the number 1 teams. Y'all 2s and y'all 3s and y'all 4s, shut your mouth today. 13U Division 2. Do we need to mention West Haven, or can we all admit that West Haven is still the best 13U team in New England, even though, there was a team out there that was following them, but some major developments out there have derailed the team that was supposed to compete with them. But I'm going to leave that alone. But West Haven sit at the top alone. 13U, Division 2, not even close. Division 1, 12U, Hartford Hurricanes remain the number 1 team in New England at Division 1. And at Division 2, we're going to go with the Manchester Red Hawks remaining at the number 1 Division 2 12U team. And as we get to 11U, Division 1, 11U team goes to Everett. I'm joking. New Haven Steelers, you're on the clock. Don't try to hide. Watch out for that little wide receiver over there. He can catch, and he's fast. Shatia, I got you. New Haven Steelers, they're the number 1 team at 11U. Who's going to beat them? I don't know. But somebody better contend and push him. All right, Dolores, I'm going to keep it on the low. Division 2, 11U team. Tito, I don't know. I'm caught in the catch-22 with who's the best 11U Division 2 team. I need someone to emerge. I thought I had got some info out of Northern. It wasn't credible. I'm leaving Division 2 11U wide open, Tito. I mean, have you heard anything about anybody at 11U Division II? I don't know
No,
anyone.
but then who did we come up with the other day?
Well, I had Manchester in the mix.
Yeah, Manchester gonna be good at 11.
At 11, but I mean, we don't really know what's going on in Ansonia.
Well, out of Northern period, and what's going on out of there's no 11U in Risma, right? So it's Northeast. Northeast got Division 2. Who's in Northeast Division 2?
Northeast got Division 2. I got their standings right here. I mean, we could take a look at them.
Or just look at Nick Olson. Nick Olson posted. He posted all the Northeast stuff.
He did actually. Nick did actually inbox me, and we talked about some of the teams out there. We talked about some of the teams. Let me see what he said. Everett 11U Gold. Everett 11U Gold is really, really good. Is some of the information I got. And I have where is it at? And I have, let me share my screen, Tito, to show you this. So if you're watching my screen, Tito, Division 2, 11U, I mean, I was that Everett's Division 1. Division 2, 11U. However, I did get a call, Tito. Navy is their good team. Drake it. Navy team is the number 1 team. I know here they put the Carolina team on top. Navy is the undefeated team. I mean, the better team, not undefeated. Let me clear myself. The better team. But Tito, let me say something. I think those two teams played for the championship last year.
Well, yeah, I've seen that happen before. With North Haven, I've seen that happen before when there's two teams from the same organization.
All right, Division 1, 10U. Do we even have to say it? It's your Waterbury Patriots, but Rodney Myers is Division 1, number 2. So the game of the week is the number 1 team in New England versus the number 2 team in New England. This will be for all the marbles. And I know Wes and the Waterbury Patriots want to make a statement that nobody can beat them. I just know that. So I just want y'all to know. Hartford, y'all on the clock. We don't play y'all this week. New Haven, y'all better check y'all schedule. Isn't New Haven 12U undefeated? Yes, but New Haven 12U, it was early on, but they lost to Hartford. It didn't count. It didn't go on the record. So that's the only reason why I kept Hartford number 1. It's not showmanship, but they actually played, and Hartford bested them. So I kept Hartford. Later for that, Phil, invite me, and let's talk about Alabama, Georgia. Listen, you was there. You was there. We don't have a game this week. Y'all up next. Oh, word. New Haven 11U, y'all on the clock. That's when y'all going to fall. Oh, stop. Oh, Carrie, listen. The same week, the New Haven 11U plays Hartford. Your 12U get the opportunity to take the number 1 spot in New England. That's the beauty about football. Any given Sunday, Carrie. Carrie, you guys get to go. What was Ludacris? I'm coming for that number 1 spot. I think that was a song Ludacris had. Anyway, that's what it is. Come for the number 1 spot. Take a shot at it. It's at the big house. You want to be number 1, you got to win at the big house. All right, 10U, Division 2. Who we got, Tito?
Edgewood Eagles.
Edgewood Eagles out of Rhode Island. Number 1 team. Oh, they got a lefty quarterback, Tito. This kid throws the ball. I think I showed you a couple clips. This kid throws the ball on a spiral. Edgewood Eagles, they was in the national semis last year, a game away from the national championship last year. Well, they're your number 1 team in New England. Good luck to anybody trying to beat them. 9U, Division 1. Who do we have? Your Hartford Hurricanes, I think, is the number 1 team. Right now, they have toppled the only regional champion from last year. And look, Hartford looked good. They beat New Haven pretty handedly. They do still have New Britain, so we're gonna see how that go with New Britain. But that's what it was. And that 8U, I'm here to say, Hamden Hurricanes. I'm gonna start getting into 8U, Tito. The Hamden Hurricanes look good, but So does the Chicopee Braves. Watch out. I'm going to be the first to tell y'all. Everybody here, watch out for the Chicopee Braves because they're coming. Chicopee Braves 8U is good. I watch Hampden play West Haven. Hampden is good. Those two teams are on a crash course. That's going to be one for the ages. I'm late. It's Chance's birthday. Happy birthday, Chance. Shout out to Chance. Hartford Hurricanes. West Haven, you already know. 8U, Caden Bonds. Yeah, the Hurricanes. Chaz is putting something together, Tito, little by little. We'll see how that thing develops, but he's getting better day by day. So anyway, Tito, that's your rankings. I'm only going to mention the number one spots because there was no movement at number one, Tito. And there was really no movement.
What was AU Division 2? You didn't do AU Division 2.
That was Division 2. Hampden and Chicopee.
Oh, but who's in Division 1 AU?
Ooh, I don't know. I know the Boston Raiders took an L. I think they're like 3-1, 4-1 maybe. I don't know. AU Division 1 to me is an open division. I haven't seen Southern's AUs.
Well, what's Waterbury's AU?
Waterbury AU lost to Chicopee.
Oh, so Chicopee's the number one team. You went Chicopee. Okay, I got you. You already said it.
So when we get to
Chicopee's D1 or D2?
D2. But what my point is, when you get to those lower levels, it's hard to do a D1, D2 thing because those kids are fresh from 6U. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to really get a gauge on that stuff. Waterbury is 2-3, Tito, at 8U. Boston is 2-0, and well they won more games, but they lost the AYF games, but that don't show up. And then Chicopee is 4-0, Tito, and they had one bye. So if you think about it like that, Chicopee is definitely.
What's New Haven's AU? They not New Haven's AU?
I let me see if their rankings up. I don't. Do any of y'all know what New Haven? I don't know.
Danbury's AU.
scpwct.com. Their standings is up. Let's see what they got. Oh, what is this? I don't know. 13U, 12. Hold on. 8U. Hampden is 4-0. And then again, at Division 1, New Britain is 1-3, New Haven is 1-3, and Danbury 3-2. Like I said, there's no clear in Division 1.
Is rough division.
Yeah, there's no clear division out there. Let's go through this. 095-12U beat Milford 31-6. They did, and Milford was really good. I was surprised at that. I missed it all, but go Hartford. So Bloomfield 6-0 victory held up. Yes, it did. Shatia, our boy said they're standing on business with the OC in town. Shout out them. Shout out to him. He was pretty good as a player too. If they don't know D1, they don't count.
Springfield
if they
Cowboys
don't play
10U.
D1, they don't count. Springfield 12U, 10U. The number one.
10U. He's saying that 10U should be number one D2.
Nah, y'all lost to Waterbury, man.
Man, they got West Haven there. That's good. I don't know, dog.
Edgewood. It would be it's Edgewood and West Haven. Then I would put y'all up there, Randy, as maybe third.
Yeah, and Manchester might be in there.
So yeah, it's a couple teams in the mix, but definitely by far, Edgewood
he would be 3. If anything, if we did the top 4, he would be 3. He'd be 3.
Yeah, maybe 3.
Yeah. Go Edgewood, West Haven, him.
Yeah, 100%. He just playing Madden in real life. Luckily him. That's what they do when they're young. Danbury got better record at 8U. Danbury got better record at 8U.
Danbury's D1 though, guys. We're trying to figure out
one.
It's all right.
There's a lot of forward movement with that West Haven 10U team. Yeah, there is. C's might have an opportunity. Phil, don't play with ATL. He was a great player. You wanted him. I did. You didn't bring him down. Now I want his little brother. We'll talk about it. I'm just joking, JB. I'm just joking. We too new. I get it. Right? You got to earn your stripes, Randy. You don't just get to get thrown into that mix. You got to earn anything you getting in the rankings. And trust me, Randy, the first year I went to Florida, I flew below the radar. Didn't nobody know nothing about us. Shh. Just keep winning, brother. It'll work out for the best. Trust me. Oh, he said Hamden D2. Well, yo, Hamden D2. Look, Hamden, I watched their 8U. They were really good, Tito. I watched Hamden 8U. They were really talented, really good.
We saw some of that. We saw some of that on Saturday, right? They were playing before.
If I'm not mistaken, and y'all correct me, that Hamden team played the Hurricanes. No. That would be too far ago. That would be too long ago. No, they didn't play the Hurricanes. But that Hamden team has been undefeated, I think, since 6U. I could be wrong, but they were undefeated for a long time, if I'm not mistaken. AT, when your son coming, he coming to join our 13U next year. Shout out to T, bringing her son to Hartford, playing 13U next year. Thanks for the inbox, T. Bree, too. Bree and T is coming to Hartford next year, 13U. It's locked in. They signed the contract. I gave them the NIL deal. I'm just joking, Tito. Somebody going to call him up and be mad. I'm just joking. Anyway, I'm done. We don't got a lot tonight. 1 hour. Your boy got to go back upstairs. I did not eat since I got out of work. I have not eaten since I got out of work. But shout out to everybody out there. Thank you for joining us. I know y'all was looking for something spicy that y'all could fight about. Nothing really to fight about, but we talk about great topics. We bring great topics, and we talk about the stuff that no other platform talk about. So I liked it. Anyway, it's your boy PH the Prez, Mr. Above 140. Y'all see it? Splash. Look at the splash on it. That's kind of hot, right? Look what my shirt says. Can I show y'all? So this was designed by my brother who came up with Above 140.
Who deep? That's
anyway,
deep. Peace.
Yo, Madge, shout out to you, Madge.
All right, Madge, always. Peace. It's your boy. It's your boy, Coach Kareem.
I got something to tell everybody. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. So I told everybody that I'm doing something massive in New England for everybody. It's going to be open to everybody. I'm not going to talk about that, but I am about to talk about something else. Tito. So next summer in July, this is already etched in stone. I already talked to the people at there. There will be a youth clinic, a Friday to Sunday youth camp for 10-year-olds and up. We're taking 50 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds. They're going to stay on the college campus at Southern Connecticut State University in the dorms. We're going to have a leadership conference all weekend. We're going to be bringing them through classes. Parents, on Friday night, when you come to bring your kids there, they're going to talk to you about school, education. They're going to talk to you about the classes that you should have your kids attend in high school. They're going to give you stuff about college, about Southern. They're going to talk to you about that as well. We're going, the price will be, obviously, they're going to stay in dorms for 3 days. All of that got to be paid for. Food is going to be included. We're setting up an agenda. So parents, you're going to have an agenda. Parents, your kid is not going to be able to be on their phone. You can give it to them. We'll take it and pile it up, and we're going to provide parents with phone numbers in case you get anxiety or your kid missing you and y'all need to talk. You'll be able to call and say, hey, Phil, is my son okay? I'll go, he's absolutely cool. Come over here, say hi to your mom, let her know you're still alive, all that. This is going to be a great event. I'm working with the college to set it up. It's going to be maybe a week after the All-Star game, a Friday to Sunday. I'm in the midst of setting it up. That is 100% going to happen. The college is excited about it. I'm excited about it. It's going to be super dope. We're going to be a leadership conference, going to entail football, but it's going to be intelligent skills. Right now, we're only going to be able to accept young men. It's going to be titled as a boys to men conference. And so that's what we're going to be doing. I think it's dope. If you're a coach out there, if you would like to be involved, we're going to need medical personnel for the weekend. We'll have medical personnel. Everybody involved is going to have a background check in which we'll run, we'll keep, we'll make sure everything is safe around the event. That's going to be mandatory anyway per dealing with the state of Connecticut and their rules. What else? Yeah, this is going to be a dope event, a dope event. Again, July 2025, we're going to be doing this leadership conference. It's going to be super dope. We're going to need, you know, possibly some team moms to be involved. We're definitely going to need a lot of coaches to be involved. I'm not sure I'm going to let the team moms spend a night, but it'll be nice to have some help when setting up food. We may just go eat in the mesh hall. There's going to be one night where we get together as a whole 250 and watch a movie. That movie haven't been chosen, but there's going to be a Friday agenda written up, a Saturday agenda written up, and a Sunday to noon agenda in which we're going to provide all the families with, so they know at every hour exactly what their child is doing. This is dope stuff we're trying to do. It's going to be really, really cool. It's going to be really dope. Again, if you're a coach, you're interested, I'm trying to get together the staff members and the volunteers now that would be interested, so we can do a write-up on every coach so parents know exactly who's going to be working with their children, around their children. That's important. I recognize whenever we're doing youth events, you're giving me your most prized possession. And I just want to let you know we appreciate it, and we're going to treat it with precaution by providing you with as much information as possible. All right, that's the last thing I got to say. It's your boy PH, the Prez, Mr. Above 140.
Peace. It's your boy, Coach Career, the General, A60 Army.
All right, my questions of the day is really simple. I'm trying to protect my peace, Tito. This is more personal. On Monday, I'm going to be starting weekly classes with the pastor because, you know, your boy got baptized. So I'm about to try to mentally, emotionally go to a new place. So I just want to say this, man. I don't want nobody telling me anybody else's business. I want to protect my peace. You either help them or you keep it to yourself.
Peace.
And that's the night.
Peace, guys.